right, I'm going to give an update on my garden. These are my indoor babies. Not only does green, the color green, known to be a color that instills calm, but these plants are good for air purification. Spider plants. On this side, I have my snake plant. So spider plants and snake plants purify the air. I have some beautiful lilies that have really stood the test of time by giving them filtered light and make sure the soil drains. You don't want to have sitting water on most plants. Most plants don't like sitting water unless they're a water plant. Beautiful edible violets. And then I have a velvet violet variety here. These velvet varieties like cool moisture, so I keep them covered, and they have beautiful flowers multiple times a year. I have some succulents that have beautiful fuchsia flowers I put in my last video, so they're dormant at the moment. We'll see how long it takes for them to get their next flow of flowers. And a beautiful peace lily, also great as an air purifier. I do have some oxalis that I purchased at discount. I'm trying to bring back to life right there. So we'll see how they do. They don't like sitting in water either or being dry. So, and then a baby spider plant. I propagate a lot of spider plants. I have some vinca. They do beautiful, beautifully in the desert here, as long as it's not too high temps. If it is, you just bring them indoors. I have some purple hearts that grow like crazy from just clippings. You can stick them in water and they grow like crazy. More spider plant propagation for air quality. So a good way to get air quality is have spider plants. They're easy to grow. And then I have some holiday cactuses that bloom multiple times a year, as well as some orchids. So let's step outside. Those are just my indoor babies downstairs. Doing quite well. I also propagate these, and that's in a prior video. Okay, current state of my garden as we finish up March 2026 and go into April. You usually plant here in the desert 2 months prior, typically, than you do on the East Coast of the US. So they're still waiting to do their plantings. I've been doing this for the last 6 weeks. So I have red beets here. I have lavender here, a different variety of lavender. This one does really well though. If I remove the covering, you can see. I just keep it covered during the heat of the day because it's already getting into the 90s. Beautiful lavender, and these have more of an evergreen type leaf compared to this lavender, which is a different variety. I think French and English varieties there. I have celery, I have sweet potatoes, I have more purple hearts, beautiful cactus, growing patches of grass for my furry friends. This is spiky lettuce. If you want to deter aphids and other insects from laying their eggs to consume your produce, have spiky lettuce. They love to go to that. So that's one that starts to grow first in the season. So if you start growing that, it'll draw the insects there as opposed to your produce. Again, patches of grass for the furry babies, potatoes, and a beautiful native plant here that grows well in the desert. I'll show you some other varieties of that as well. Tomatoes, another vinca. I have some covered that I'll show you here. My little Disney friend. And I just have them covered because these bags have a lot of moisture and I'm sharing that. More potatoes and purple onion. Tomatoes. So companion planting. Insects don't like onions or tomatoes, so I put them next to the potatoes and the sweet potatoes and squashes. Plant onion and tomato. Insects don't particularly like the leaves of them, so I'm going to cover that moisture back up. Early morning. More grass spots, aloe, great medicinal plant, also great for your gut. I have chamomile coming in, which is great. I also let all of my cabbages go to seed for free seeds. So if you let them go to flower, you'll get the pollinators. These have already been pollinated by the bees and other flying mimic flies and so forth. And then I have an ornamental cabbage with seeds. I have rosemary, great medicinal. Under here I have some succulents, and I protect those fiercely because we are in the desert. Oh, look at the kitty, she found a spot. Here I have butter lettuce going to flower, so I'll keep that open for the pollinators, and then I'll get seeds for the butter lettuce. And something is eating an old cabbage head section that I planted, and that's great. So if you have any old cabbage you're getting rid of, let it root up a little bit, put it out, and that can be your deterrent. So an accidental find, but you'll see once you do your gardens what will work and what won't. And then under here I have cilantro and lettuce from seed growing, so that's taking a bit. So it's always good to maybe do a starter plant. It's a lot quicker. My bougainvillea, it's about 4 years now, so I've almost lost that a couple times, and I've had to cover it from the stub down to the base, and then cover it, baby it, and it's come back beautifully. So if you give some TLC, the effort is worth it. This is all Mexican petunias, and the hummingbirds love them. So, and once you have these Mexican petunias growing shade areas, you can grow within here too some produce. So I'm gonna try some melon in here, and maybe corn, which you can grow here in the desert. And then I have a citrus coming back. I pulled that out. I thought it was expired, and it's not. So I put it right back in quickly, protected it, and it has new growth, as you can see here and here. So that's great to see. So I'll protect that. I would love to get some fruits from these cactuses eventually. Again, the deterrent of spiky lettuce all around. I let it grow. I keep it in check, but I let it grow because it helps pull the other predatory insects in here as well, because they'll go after all the aphids and the eggs that are laid in the grubs. So they'll bring in predatory insects like praying mantis and ladybugs. Then I have my cactus pyramid that my lovely family built for me for Mother's Day, and this is about 5 years now, and my cactuses are doing great. I have an agave here and agave there, octopus agave. My annuals, petunias and the like. Another one of the plants that I mentioned that's native here. Lantana, it's called, lantana. This is a beautiful sweet pea shrub. And the moths come in and the butterflies come in, and they love this white scented one, and that one's gone to seed as well. So if you let them go to seed, you'll get free plantings, right? And then this is done well. I bought this as just maybe 2 very small snapdragon plants, and it just has exploded. It's doing great. And then I'm propagating all my produce babies along here. Strawberries. I have Shasta daisy, but I also have bell peppers in here as well starting. I have bell peppers throughout the yard. I have garlic here. Garlic's growing here. An ornamental onion, which produce beautiful flowers. Again, if you grow garlic and onion in between your produce, it will deter insects. So I have cucumbers starting here. Cucumbers, I open this up with a paper towel cutting roll so they aerate if they need it. And more pepper plants. This is beautiful star jasmine, hopefully getting some blooms this season. And more tomato. Let's see, beautiful lily that's starting some blooms. And then under here, I have an ornamental flowering plant as well as white honeydew melon starting. So, and then all along here too, I have various forms of seasonal produce. So, it is maintenance. I'll come out here every morning as much as I can for about minimum of 20 minutes, sometimes up to 2 hours. But if you started the efforts and you put in, you will reap the rewards. So, and this is another lovely coffee spot that I set up. And I have my beautiful, this time of year, beautiful poppies that have come up multiple times. And this was also a small plant that has given me at least 6 poppy blooms, along with these annuals. Beautiful. Beautiful. And these are edible as well. Yeah, these are edible. They use them in the food industry. So if you catch them before they're spent, you can add some color to your food dishes. So, yep. And they're petunias and pansies. So I have them on opposite sides of the yard. There's the other one. And my kitty cats like to follow me around in the morning because they know my routine. But I'm going to sit and have my coffee now. Just wanted to show you that you can grow in the desert. Just start early, because another month from now it'll be too hot. So in the desert, again, we start about 2 months earlier than on the East Coast. And I really do enjoy it. And I'm trying to also add to my refrigerator and not rely on the grocery stores exclusively for everything that costs so much. So the effort, yes, there's an expense to it, but once you have the yields coming in, it's worth it. And then you have the beauty of your garden as well. Okay, so start gardening. If you're on the East Coast, start inside. Start inside. So know your zones. I'm in 9B. Know your garden zones. Okay, bye for now. If you have any questions, you can direct message me. Get out there and explore your world.